a country of over 100 million people, spread across more than 7,600 islands. Infrastructure plays a vital role in boosting the Philippines' economic growth and social development. As it strengthens trade and enhances mobility, linking workers to jobs, consumers to goods, and communities to services. Connecting lives today, shaping the nation tomorrow. This is Building Bridges.
Travel is essential. It is a means of living or a means of going to work, delivering goods, and meeting other people. Pero tayo mga Pinoy, we don't just travel because we need to. We also love going to places, exploring, and enjoying them, either on our own or with our loved ones.
Dahil Baguio, Dilac, sakay na po kayo sa bus number 719 po, nagbabasakay na po yung bus.
Yung isang bagay talaga na hindi magbabago ay yung pagbabago. At isang magandang bagay na nga na nangyari sa change na yan ay yung pag-change ng ating highway systems. Yung Skyway, T-Flex, napakaalwan ng biyahe, napakaalwan sa aming mga bus driver. I'm Samuel Nemely Cofa Jr., currently bus driver dito sa Victory Liner. Nung pandemic, nag-apply ako rito kasi marami silang kailangan na empleyado. So nagbakasakali ako kasi alam ko mahigpit dito sa Victory and pinalad naman, nakapasok naman ako. Dati akong sa shuttle, company shuttle, pero bus din yung dala ko. Kaya ako lumipat dito kasi gusto ko ma-improve yung skills ko and yung benefits okay din naman. Nagsimula ako bumiyahe dito sa Pasay, Olongapo, tapos tourist bus din ako and then eventually nabigyan din ako ng bus pang Baguio kasi pag driver ka dito ng Baguio, hindi ka agad ibabayaran ng Baguio dito. Evaluation ng performance. At kung maganda yung performance mo, mabibigyan ka dito ng biyaheng Baguio. Usually, pagka hindi naman peak season, nakaka-round trip kami. So, ibig sabihin ko ng round trip, isang biyaheng paakyat, isang biyaheng pababa. Pag peak season, round trip plus isa pang biyahe. So, bali 3 ways kung tawagin namin. Pero madalang lang naman mangyari yung pagka talagang peak season. Kailangan kami ng terminal na makabiyahe. Tsaka lang kami nagti 3 ways. Well, sa una talaga, pagka hindi ka sanay sa puyat, mahihirapan ka. Tsaka challenge din yung iba-ibang klase ng motorista, yung makakasalamuha mo sa kalsada. Ang masasabi ko lang ay dapat meron ka talagang patience. Pagdating sa terminal, dapat matutulog ka na kagad. Tapos sa biyahe naman, pag inaantok, sinasabihan ko lang yung partner ko, bibili na yun ng kape. Kasi kape lang talaga panlaban namin sa antok.
Pero naalala nyo ba yung mga panahong lubak-lubak pa ang daan or napakahaba ng biyahe because of traffic at limited access? Ngayon, nagbago na ang mga kalsada pagdating sa maayos na infrastructure upang mas mabilis, mas madali nating mararating ang ating mga destinations. On this new season of Building Bridges, we take a closer look at how infrastructure has evolved in the Philippines, how it has affected our lives today, and how it will impact the next generation. Expressways can bring us to our desired destinations in a short span of time. Bridges that connect us to places that seemed unreachable by land before, or air and water ports that make traveling convenient for all citizens. Have you ever imagined how these projects take shape? Let's hear it from the people who ensure that from the beginning, there is balance between function and form, safety and efficiency, and immediate need versus long-term impacts. Architect Kits, gaano po ka-importante ang role ng isang arkitekto sa paggawa po ng mga expressway katulad nito?
Pag sinasabi ko na architect ako sa SMC, initial reaction is, wait, ano nga ba yung ginagawa ng architect sa
field na dominated ng mga engineers. My primary role is to act as the visual bridge between sa technical data na ginagawa ng designers natin and yung decision makers natin tsaka mga stakeholders. So, to do that, parang dalawa siyang stages. First, I visualize yung concept ng higher management, new alignments, mga ramps, proposed interchanges, or sometimes mga master plans. So, meron silang mga ideya sa mind nila, pero hindi nila ma-visualize kung anong magiging itsura niya sa actual. So, ang ginagawa namin is, with my team, papalipad kami ng drone. From those data po sa map, gagawa namin siya ng 3D model. 3D model ng highway, ng expressway, ng skyway, or sometimes ng mga proposed ramps sa mga existing natin na structures.
Ano yung mga key factors na piniplay in ninyo kapag nagde-design kayo ng mga mega projects?
First, sa mga expressways, kung ano yung pinaka-efficient and immediate na access, yun yung goal. Pero on the ground kasi, di rin natin siya madaling ma-achieve. Kumbaga, gusto natin mabilis makapunta from point A to point B. Pero pag chinek natin yung ground realities, may mga bawal daanan talaga. So, ang ginagawa namin is optimize the alignment para ma-minimize yung physical impact niya sa surroundings.
How do you take into account the experience ng mga motorista sa paggamit ng mga infrastructure katulad nito?
Pagdating dun sa final plan, gagawa namin siya ng 3D models, tapos we put ourselves into the shoes ng mga gagamit ng highway. So, isi-simulate namin kung paano mag-drive yung isang commuter dito sa toll plaza na to, sa interchange na to, kung smooth ba siya, walang hassle. Example, sa MRT7, train stations. So, ginawa namin siya ng 3D model para i-simulate din kung paano mag-navigate yung mga passengers. In our team, mas nagdilin tayo sa functional design. So every time na dumadaan ako sa mga expressways natin, na-imagine ko siya kasi from computer screen. Tapos ngayon dadaanan ko na, tapos dinadaanan rin ng maraming tao. Incredible feeling ko.
Translating concepts and designs into real, buildable structures involves another set of experts. Gaano man kasi kaganda ang disenyo, sayang naman kung hindi magagawa na maayos ang konsepto. That is why it is important to have an efficient engineer backed by a highly capable team.
As an engineer po para sa SMC infrastructure, ano po yung pinaka-main role niyo sa inyong mga gawa?
Infrastructure kasi involves several engineering disciplines. So, I am a geodetic engineer by profession. So, we are doing the mapping of the right-of-way of the all infrastructure projects. Basically, ang ginagawa namin is to establish yung mga affected na tatamaan. We plot it on ground and then we prepare the necessary plans also for the submission to the government. Even from the start, from the conceptualization of the project, we really have to determine the proper alignment. Kung ano yung mga tatamaang mga bahayan, then we also have to consider then yung topography ng terrain, and then nagmamatter din kasi yon sa mga curves ng gagawin nating highways. And also, we have to consider din yung cost. So during the surveys, yun, doon pa lang pumapasok na yung mga geodetic engineer. There are times na we have to create engineering solutions para lang talagang maging efficient yung infrastructure na gagawin natin.
Sir, pagdating sa quality, importante na gumagawa tayo ng infrastructure na quality siya. How do you ensure that?
On our side, in the GE Geodetic Engineering practice, we have this set of rules established by the DNR. Whenever we do surveys, whenever we do the mapping, we are restricted by the guidelines and the standards set by the government. Lahat ng mga requirements nila on the curves, the minimum radius, yung minimum na stopping distance, kailangan namin i-implement dito. And as much as possible, when we are doing expressways that has a speed limit of 100 kilometers per hour, we have to ensure the safety rin, no? So yung mga kurbada niyan dapat nakaset, hindi ganun kasorb, dapat smooth. So for T-Flex, I can say that is very compliant with the DPWH standards, and whatever highways naman, expressways that we are building are always compliant.
Pagdating sa collaboration, engineer, architect, LGUs, private sector, parang ang dami mong elements sa kailangan ipag-combine to make it into a reality.
Collaboration kasi usually the architects are viewing the project based on the perspective of the people that will use the project. On the other hand, engineers basically is how to make it happen para naman ma-serve niya yung function niya as intended. Ang sinisigurado naman ng mga engineers is how to make it durable. Kaya niyang i-support yung function ng infrastructures. Communication will be always the key. We are always making sure, kasi geodetic engineers kami, na syempre yung whatever developments that the architects are proposing, it should be within the project's right-of-way. Kasi yun yung right-of-way, yun yung parang limits ng project mo, hanggang doon ka lang. Kung ang focus ng architect is the visual impact, yung human interaction with the project, no? So ang sa amin naman is yung function and yung form mismo.
Anong feeling ng from blueprint to reality?
Seeing people use the completed project is very rewarding kasi nakikita mo na yung mga pinaghirapan ninyo for how many years is pinapakinabangan na ng mga tao. Napakasaya sa pakiramdam na yung project makikita mo from scratch or binibid pa lang before, then sa ngayon, nakikita na ginagamit. Case in point will be the NAIA-X, which is already operational na. Napakasaya sa pakiramdam na napakadaming taong nakikinabang. And masabi ko lang sa sarili ko, parang it's a legacy, di ba? Kasi it is built permanently. We are hoping din na maraming generations yung makikinabang for the project. Infrastructures provide access so that people will have better relationships. Because if we are giving them the opportunity to travel fast, they will be spending more time with their families and loved ones. If we are giving them opportunities also to transport and sell their goods easily, then they have more food in their tables, they can send their children to school. I think that alone provides a very good impact to the lives of the people that are using our infrastructure.
Creating infrastructure that is reliable and resilient does not just involve one or two experts. It takes a team of people who are not only committed to finishing a project, but also to building something that truly serves the community. Being an archipelago, building bridges and expressways serve as a critical backbone in Philippine mobility. Did you know that the latest data shows more than 17,000 bridges are already built across the nation, with just over 35,000 kilometers of national roads and almost 180,000 kilometers of local roads, for an estimated total road length of over 200,000 kilometers? It was in 2009 that San Miguel Corporation first invested in infrastructure with the building of the Tarlac-Pangasinan-La Union Expressway, or TPLEX, paving the way for better accessibility and improved travel between Northern Luzon and Metro Manila. In 2011, SMC Infrastructure was officially born. After 15 years, SMC Infrastructure has continued to grow and develop the nation with more expressways, airports, hallways, railways, and more, with more to come.
Ito yung tinatawag namin na daily 360 walkabout. So bago bumiyahe, kahit na-check na to ng mga mekaniko, kami yung last line of defense. Simulan natin, no? Check natin yung windshield kung may cracks. Check natin yung wiper niya kung okay ba. Headlight. Pasok naman tayo sa loob, no? Para ma-check natin yung mga seatbelt, busina, and stuff like that. Tara! So, ang chinecheck naman natin dito sa loob ay check natin yung conductor seat, check natin yung seat belt, driver seat, seat belt, pati yung mga passenger seat belts. Tinitignan natin kung may mga kalat-kalat pang naiwan. 8 years na ako nagmamaneho ng bus. Pinakagusto ko sa pagmamaneho ng bus ay araw-araw, iba-ibang klase ng tao yung nakakasalamuha ko. Kung tourist bus driver ka, araw-araw, iba-ibang lugar yung mararating mo. So, yan yung gusto ko sa pagiging bus driver. Bukod sa pagdadrive ng bus, paminsan pag may free time ako ay kinokontent ko din itong ginagawa ko. Kinokontent ko yung pagdadrive at pamamasada ko. Pinoy African Bus Driver sa Facebook and YouTube. Usually, yung mga videos ko doon is POVs or point of view. Makikita nyo kung paano mag-drive ng bus from the angle of the bus driver. Makikita nyo kung ano yung araw-araw namin ginagawa. Nakikita din naman nila na, yes, nag-enjoy din naman kami dito sa trabaho namin. At the same time, nakikita din naman nila yung bigat ng responsibilidad na nasa kamay ng isang bus driver. Kasi hindi lang naman isang buhay yung hawak namin. Kung hindi, lahat yan ng pasahero namin at yung mga nasa kalsada na rin na ibang tao. Before pandemic kasi, aabutin ka ng almost 3 to 4 hours bago ka makarating ng Balintawak. Simula nung nagkaroon ng Skyway, hindi na kami dumadaan ng EDSA. So malaking ginhawa sa amin ito. Yung pagdaan sa Skyway na kumukonekta ng SLEX papuntang NLEX. Kasi pagkapasok namin ng Skyway dito sa Buendia, NLEX na yung baba namin. So Maluwan. Napakalaking ginawa kasi sa Skyway, 30 minutes lang. Nasa NLEX ka na. Nakaka-save talaga ng oras, save na rin sa fuel. Meron din kasi kaming express and meron din kaming inner. Pag inner cities, dadaanan namin ay T-Plex pero hindi buong T-Plex. I-exit kami ng Tarlac. Pero pagka express naman kami, meron kaming exit Urdaneta, meron kaming exit Posurubio, tapos yung mga first class and royal class namin, exit Rosario na yon. So yung buong T-Plex yung nagagamit namin. Napakaalwan kaysa magbayan-bayan pa. Dumami yung pasahero kasi una alam nilang mabilis yung biyahe lalo na pag-express. Pero na ngayon medyo mataas yung fuel natin, nagtitipid na yung mga tao. Kaya dumami yung pasahero namin at the same time mas patok yung express namin kasi kaya T-Plex na nga.
Beyond form and appearance, what truly matters is how infrastructure serves people in their everyday lives. Because in the end, its real value lies in how it makes life easier, connects communities, and opens more opportunities for all.
Yung mga engineers plays a very critical role in the nation building. In the sense na hindi naman makatatayo yung kahit anong infrastructures natin without the engineers kasi nakatutok sila sa mga detalye ng project and to ensure that the projects are safe na gamitin ng public. Kaya try namin tingnan ano yung magiging mas convenient to the riding public. Empathy and as our company value, ito malasakit So sobrang nagmamalasakit din kami kung paano gagamitin ng publiko yung infrastructure na itatayo natin.
Kahit matapos pa yung mga project na yan, kung hindi maganda yung pagkakaplan, kumbaga hindi rin siya efficient. That's why sa SMC infrastructure, I can say na talagang may malasakit ang SMC Infra for our nation.
Para sa gumagawa ng T-Plex, Skyway, yung mga private sector, tuloy nyo lang po yan. Good job dahil napakaalwan sa aming mga bus driver, napakaalwan sa mga pasahero at sa ibang mga road users para mapanatili ang smooth at mabilis na biyahe.
The true value of infrastructure lies in how it helps build and shape a nation. Every road tells a story, every bridge creates a connection, and every journey forward brings us closer to progress. I'm Mix Bustos, and this is Building Bridges.